Okay, let's dive in. Today we're doing a quick, but I think really crucial deep dive into a legal outcome. It's about patient neglect, and frankly, it sends a clear message. We're looking at a huge settlement in California, a family against a large chain hospital,
Right.
and the number itself, it's staggering. $1,475,000. $1,475,000. $1,475,000.
That's a significant figure.
It really is. And it makes you ask, what kind of systemic failure leads to something that high?
Exactly. And that's where we shift from just the tragedy, which it absolutely is, to looking at the system. We need to analyze the case details because they revealed these chronic issues inside what seems like an overburdened healthcare facility.
Yeah.
It really puts a spotlight on accountability for elder abuse and, well, neglect.
So let's get into the specifics. The patient's name was Stanwell, admitted to a large hospital in Los Angeles. The reasons seemed pretty standard: a UTI, some muscle weakness.
As you see often, yeah.
But here's where it goes terribly wrong. This is the critical failure point. Stanwell was left on a gurney, not in a room, but in a crowded hallway,
Oh, wow.
for over 36 hours. And this is key. During that entire time, he wasn't repositioned, not turned, nothing.
36 hours. That's, well, that's malpractice by omission, just a fundamental failure of basic care.
And the result?
The tragic consequence was a fatal stage 4 bed sore, a pressure injury. It developed on his sacrococcyx area, the tailbone, basically.
It's fatal.
Yes. It led to his death after months of, frankly, inadequate treatment attempts. Surgical debridement.
Could you explain for people listening, what does stage 4 actually mean? How bad is that?
It's catastrophic. Stage 4 means the wound has gone deep, through skin, through tissue, sometimes down to muscle, tendon, even
Oh
bone.
my goodness.
It's not just a surface wound. It's
Yeah.
deep. It's incredibly prone to infection. And in this case, it was ultimately life-threatening.
Yeah.
And it came directly from that sustained pressure, that neglect.
So this wasn't just one nurse forgetting something.
No, no. And that's what the litigation brought out. It exposed these really profound systemic issues.
Like what?
Things like chronic understaffing, not enough funding or resources being put where they were needed, just a blatant failure to follow even the most basic standards of care, like turning patients regularly. The 2-hour rule just ignored.
So the system itself was set up for failure?
It appears that way.
Yeah.
This wasn't just an isolated mistake. It felt like an inevitable outcome of policy and resource decisions.
And the legal team, Bedsore.Law, they secured that $1.475 million settlement for the family. And pretty quickly, too, right? Less than a year?
Yes, under a year.
What does that speed suggest? Was the hospital's negligence just that obvious?
Often, yes. A quick, large settlement can indicate that the facility recognized the severity, the indefensibility of the neglect, and wanted to avoid a public trial.
Makes sense.
It also speaks to the effectiveness of the legal approach.
Yeah.
The firm you mentioned, Bedsore.Law, they operate as a contingency firm, meaning they have a no recovery, no fee policy. They only get paid if they win the case for the client.
Okay.
And that's actually critical for accountability. It means families who might not have deep pockets can still challenge these huge hospital corporations. It makes the threat of litigation real, and it pushes facilities to settle when the facts, like in this case, are just undeniable.
Right. So the takeaway for you listening this case is, well, it's heartbreaking, obviously, but it's also a stark reminder of the real dangers when basic healthcare standards aren't met.
Exactly.
And it shows the absolute necessity of holding these large facilities accountable, even for things that seem basic, like turning a patient, especially when they're stuck on a gurney in a hallway.
And for anyone who wants more details on this specific case or might be facing a similar situation and seeking justice, the firm involved, Bedsore.Law, they do provide information.
Okay.
You can contact them at 844-407-6737. That's 844-407-6737.